What seemed like a normal day in the streets of Cape Town turned into a terrifying event. It was an attempted robbery that took an unexpected turn, leaving the robber struggling to get away with his life. Evidently, the would-be thief targeted an unsuspecting victim, only to find themselves outmatched by quick thinking and readiness. In Hatfield, Pretoria, a student collecting her Uber Eats order found herself in the crosshairs of a brazen cell phone snatcher. The incident unfolds quickly as the thief targets her device. But in a surprising twist, the student's quick reflexes leave the criminal empty-handed, though not without minor injuries from the scuffle.
No. He said I just stood up.
Interestingly, a driver exiting a shop was ambushed in a terrifying carjacking attempt. The criminals, armed and relentless, quickly ambush the driver, leaving him no time to react.
And then they pull up over the fast car. Yeah? It's a new one. Probably also a fucking stolen vehicle.
We wait for him to come out first.
It's bad, bro.
The chaos and fear are evident as the footage reveals the harrowing ordeal.
Check this one.
He's the one who says go press the panic button. He didn't want to panic because you see there's guns there.
Quite nerve-wracking. If you love movies, well, this is like one. You see, the Pretoria N4 highway became the stage for a high-stakes attempted robbery and murder. The victim, who had just withdrawn a large sum of money, was followed and targeted in a carefully orchestrated heist. The assailants unleashed a flurry of violence in their desperate bid for cash. The situation was intense and reckless of the criminals, showing the extremes they'll go to. Now, in this dramatic scene, a van carrying cash is ambushed by heavily armed robbers. The robbers rain bullets at the truck, trying to force the vehicle to stop. But the driver, who is a trained member of the armed forces, keeps his cool under pressure. tense moments captured by the dash cam show the van weaving through danger as the driver expertly evades the robbers, ensuring the safety of both the cash and his crew. Caught on camera, 3 suspects cornered 2 unsuspecting victims in Hillbrow, Johannesburg. The robbers moved swiftly, snatching a cell phone and other belongings from one of the victims before attacking the second victim. The robbers then quickly descended on the second victim, who had been standing there helplessly, unable to rescue his friend. However, one of the perpetrators was arrested shortly after the incident, and the stolen cell phones were recovered. In Rustenburg, cell phone snatchers driving a VW Polo picked the wrong target. After snatching a phone from a child, the suspects attempted to flee, but a fearless civilian wasn't about to let them get away. They did the chase on the highway while coordinating with the police. Luckily, the dramatic pursuit ended with the suspects being stopped and arrested.
Yo, thank you. Yo, thank you very much. Nazo, siyabonga. Yo, yes, sis.
Yes, thank you.
Emela fale wapi?
Yeah, reme fanano. Yeah, baba tswere, ba re tlo tshwara ne just now.
Yeah. Ke baba kholo. Ke bona ba.
Thank you. Yeah. The tlo tshwara just now. Okay, thank you.
Ra lebo.
This thief didn't see it coming. After stealing a lady's phone, he dashed toward a getaway car. But the victim wasn't about to let him escape.
Flow, coming.
The thief tried to flee on foot, but the determined lady caught him and reclaimed her phone. It was a bad day at the office for this unlucky thief. Caught on camera in Braamfontein, Johannesburg, a phone snatcher's escape plan unraveled in a dramatic fashion. As he fled from a group of people, a security guard tackled him, sending him sprawling onto the road. Within seconds, a crowd gathered, ready to teach the thief a lesson he won't forget. In an interesting incident, a thief is seen marking his targets at a garage, carefully waiting for the perfect time. The moment came when the group of men in the garage became distracted while fixing a car. The thief quickly swooped in, snatched a phone, and vanished into a getaway car before anyone knew what exactly was going on. Ever heard of the phrase, "Marry your best friend"? Well, these two took it seriously. Can you imagine they worked together to pickpocket a shopper? This woman in white appeared to have sported a high-value target and quickly called her assailant to help. While pretending to browse items, they stole a phone from a woman's pocket as her husband stood just behind her, unaware of the crime. The precision and detail of the theft were chilling, proving that even mundane activities like grocery shopping aren't safe from opportunistic criminals. In Paro, Western Cape, a brazen cell phone thief thought he had the upper hand, robbing a customer inside a Spar supermarket. However, what he did not calculate for was that there were other people in the supermarket who were faster than he was. In one sweeping move, the thief was sent tumbling on the floor as he tried to escape, giving the guards enough time to close the doors of the supermarket and apprehend him. At a stop in Groblersdal, Limpopo, a driver fell victim to a swift and calculated snatch and grab. It was simple. The thief approached the car, snatched the driver's phone through the open window, and disappeared into the bustling streets before anyone could react. It was at Florida Junction in Rudaport, where a woman became the target of a brazen theft in broad daylight. As she walked through a parking lot, a thief snatched her phone, sending her tumbling to the ground as he jumped into a getaway car.
Okay. Put it in a bag.
In a scene straight out of a heist movie, two women recorded a dramatic cash-in-transit robbery.
Saya, Jun. Saya.
Mrs. Drive away. Can we go? Mana funa kamu
Zuma. Zuma, Zuma.
Using mining explosives, the robbers blew open an armored van, gaining access to its contents with chilling efficiency. Operating as though rehearsed 100 times, the criminals moved quickly, escaping with a massive sum of cash.
Let's see. GD6.
I knew something bad was going to happen.
Yo!
Just outside Pretoria, the aftermath of a cash-in-transit robbery took an unexpected turn. Locals swarmed the blown-up armored van, ignoring the security guards' desperate attempts to maintain control. Overwhelmed by the crowd, the guards could do little as the locals looted what remained. Unexpectedly, an e-hailing driver endured a terrifying ordeal at the hands of a group of teens. The young robbers cornered him, taking everything he had earned for the day, along with his phone.
Hey, yan nasa push.
Okay. Take
Where's your money? Give your money.
Take.
Sai, give your-
Whatever you take.
Give your
No worry. Take.
Give my hand.
Money. No, my brother, no money. Here.
Give your money.
Here, take whatever.
Everything.
Take.
Which money?
No worry.
Pin
No,
for phone,
I
pin
give
for phone.
everything.
Pin for
I
phone.
give everything.
What's
Pin for phone.
I give everything.
What's the pin
What's
for
your
the phone?
phone?
No, my
What's
brother.
the pin?
Please.
What's the pin for
What's
the
your
phone?
mask?
6413.
And what is in the boot?
Take it. Check.
What is open the boot?
Check.
Open it.
I'm gonna open it.
You wanna die?
No, don't.
What do you have in your
Nothing. Nothing.
Sai?
If I have, I have.
Sai?
My brother,
You
if I
have Sai?
have,
Let me see.
nothing. Check. Take everything.
Their behavior was chillingly casual. They even asked if he was Muslim and greeted him after the attack.
Salam. You Muslim?
Yeah.
Salam. No stress, my guy, man.
The driver was left shaken, a victim of both violence and humiliation in this brutal encounter. After delivering a group of passengers, the driver stopped the car, only to be ambushed by the very people he had just served. The gang descended on him like a pack of wolves, stealing his phone and drenching him in pepper spray. Shaken and humiliated, the driver was left to pick up the pieces after this brutal ordeal. On Dumisani-Makaye Highway near Kwamashu, Durban, a gang of armed teenagers set up a chilling ambush. Blocking the road, they opened fire on an approaching truck, forcing it to stop. The attackers surrounded the vehicle, dragging the driver and passenger out in a brutal display of dominance. They stole everything in sight, including the truck's load, and even attempted to snatch the dash cam, but couldn't get the storage device. You see, in a shocking incident, a Checkers 60 delivery driver was ambushed while waiting on his motorcycle at a delivery point. 3 armed men approached him and robbed him at gunpoint, taking the groceries he was set to deliver. The robbers had no idea what was in the packages because it could have been onions or just toilet paper, proving just how little these criminals care about the consequences of their actions. In a roadside confrontation, a South African man delivered a swift dose of justice to a would-be robber. While calibrating his radio beside his van, the man was approached by a thug wielding a pistol. In an instant, the man smacked the robber with the radio, sending him sprawling onto the road. The humiliated thief scrambled to grab his gun and fled the scene in desperation. In Protea Glen, Soweto, at Hlalakamnandi Properties, a woman narrowly escaped an attempted carjacking. The suspects tried to smash her car window but failed. Seizing the moment, the woman drove into her complex, leaving the criminals empty-handed. A Renault Duster driver found himself in a tense situation as thieves approached to hijack his vehicle. In a bold move, the driver threw his car keys onto the roof of a nearby building. Confused and unable to proceed, the criminals assessed the situation and fled the scene, leaving the driver unharmed. In another harrowing incident, a South African man defended his family from a gang of carjackers with nothing but a knife. Charging at the attackers fearlessly, he intimidated them into retreating. The gang fled, realizing they had picked the wrong target. In Laudium, robbers executed another SBV cash heist, complete with gunfire and precision. The criminals rounded up the driver and escort, packing stolen cash into a getaway truck. Moving swiftly and methodically, they left the scene, showcasing just how organized such operations can be. Now, ever seen a home robbery unfold so casually that it almost seemed unreal? Well, these robbers drove into the property without hesitation, unfazed by the presence of the resident's dog, who offered no resistance. The driver even took the time to close the gate while the others ransacked the house. After loading stolen goods into the vehicle, the group drove off as calmly as they had arrived. In this incident, a gang targeted a small store in broad daylight. Two men entered first, pretending to browse while assessing the situation. Once they confirmed the store owner was alone, they signaled the rest of the gang. The owner courageously tried to stop the robbery, even attempting to talk the thieves out of their actions. But the gang showed no mercy, ransacking the store for cash and what appeared to be a box of cigarettes before fleeing. At the food lovers market in Stellenbosch, 3 suspects executed a well-coordinated theft. While 2 suspects pretended to shop, one snatched a laptop and discreetly handed it to a woman following closely behind.
So watch out. Watch out that guy. What is going to do? That lady, she pushed that guy. You see, she pushed that guy. Quick, they give to her. Then
The woman then bolted from the store, leaving the others to check out as though nothing had happened.
They were blocking the
yeah, they were blocking her.
anyway.
At a Samsung store in Four Ways, over 12 armed criminals staged a daring robbery. The gang stormed the store and made off with cameras worth a staggering 12 million rands. As they left the parking lot, they fired shots to deter anyone from intervening. Thankfully, no injuries were reported, but the sheer scale of the heist left onlookers shaken. Lastly, we have an armed gang who executed a swift and terrifying robbery at an electronics store. Wearing face masks, they forced everyone in the store to lie face down and zip-tied them before looting the premises. The robbers then packed a van full of electronics and fled the scene without hesitation.